Hello, if you are watching, this is Senbiance Sports and welcome. Thanks for being with me. In our today's edition of Sports, we will look at the GNOC as they postpone election until after Olympics. We will also look at as the Gambia Football Federation kick-started a second and first division themes on referees capacity building training of COVID-19, and also we will look at the African continent as Al Ahly finished off the season, plus the veteran Ghana international Asamoah Gyan has returned to Ghana. But first, let's look at the home front as the GNOC election postponed till after Olympics. The 3 Olympic sports, 2 non-Olympic sports, and 3 individual votes have agreed to the resolution of the Gambia National Olympics Committee GNOC board to postpone the GNOC's elective Congress until after the Olympic Games in August. The 2 associations voted against the resolution to postpone the election. 4 Olympic sports and 6 non-Olympic sports did not submit their votes. Under the GNOC constitution, Olympic sports have 2 votes, while non-Olympic sports have 1 vote. Via virtue of such, the resolution to postpone the election until after the games hold. Well, in football, GFF opens COVID-19 capacity building workshop for goalkeeper trainers. The Gambia Football Federation GFF has kicked off the second phase of COVID-19 capacity building workshop for goalkeeper trainers on Monday, 2nd November 2020 at the National Technical Training Center in Olyundum. The second phase of the 5 days workshop in the interface with League Division 1 and 2 goalkeeper trainers that is meant to equip the technicians with the required skills to impact the COVID-19 regulation and measures to their players ahead of the commencement of the new league season 2020-2021. Presiding over the opening ceremony on Monday, 2nd November 2020, the Gambia Football Federation President, Mr. Lamin Kababayo, said the training is a historic landmark in the history of Gambian football. This falls within the strategic objectives of the Gambia Football Federation leadership because it was a campaign promise and it's well captured in our manifesto. He noted that the importance of capacity building is to improve the skills and capabilities of technicians across the spectrum of the beautiful game. Our strategic development document has now monopolized into what is now interfered as or referred as a contract of agreed objectives of FIFA Forward 2.0 regulation and requirements, according to Mr. Bajo. Well, still in sports, we now look into the African scene as Al Ahly finished off season in style, Guyana back home. The crown champions for the 42nd time with 7 matches to spare. Egyptian giants Al Ahly finished the 2019-2020 Egyptian Premier League season in grand style in a day that saw them handed the trophy in a simple ceremony. Well, in Ghana, legendary Asamoah Gyan returned home after 17 years of playing abroad to join Leon Cities. Black Stars record goal scorer and ex-Ghana skipper Asamoah Gyan returned home to join Leon Cities, formerly known as Wa All Stars. Gyan left in 2003 to join Italian side Udinese and had a brilliant 17-year career abroad that saw him having spells in Italy, France, England, UAE, China, Turkey, and India before deciding to go home. Gyan, 34, who scored 51 goals in 109 caps with Black Stars, tweeted, "I am happy to join this club because they have a future plan for Ghana football. Don't blink when the season starts." Gyan makes his comeback to Ghana's top flight 17 years after leaving Liberty Professionals, with whom he started his career at the age of 17. Ghana Premier League will start on 14 November with Leon City facing Parakum Chelsea. Any moment from now, we will join Adama Jarju, the proprietress or the CEO for Yakar Football Academy in Sifo. Adama has been the leading advocate in women's football development in the Gambia, though he does not work in the FA, but that does not stop Adama from doing her advocacy programs towards the fulfillment of women in sport. A week ago, celebrating her her birthday on the 31st of October 2020, Adama convened a virtual video conference meeting where stakeholders in women's football participated, most notably the Gambia Women's Football Federation coordinator, Mr. Seni Sissohom Butch, and also the chairman, Jenaba, also were part of it. The head coach of the Gambia Queen Scorpions, Mariama Bomso, was also part of the online video conference. Well, any moment from now, we will join Adama to tell us her experience in the game so far and what keeps her going, as it is a one-sex dominant. The male, of course, are the dominant in Gambian football. Adama will speak to us from her base in Sifo, where her academy, Yakar Football Academy, is based. Yes, we got Adama live. Hello, Adama.
Hello.
You are live on Senbiance Sports. Welcome.
Thank you.
If you could mind to reduce the noise or reduce the velocity of your voice for our convenience here.
Okay.
Adama, your involvement in Gambian sport, the development from the grassroots to where you want or you aspire to develop the game, is what we're going to discuss in our today's Senbiance Sports. Yeah, first of all, can you just give us your biography? Who is Adama Jarju?
Okay, as you said, my name is Adama Jarju. I am a native of Sifo village, and after my schooling, I ventured into sport, women football. I'm focused on women football most of the time, mainly grassroots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adama, basically, you are one of the leading advocates for women involvement in sports, most especially football. Yeah, you have an academy which is playing in the third year of Gambian football, Yakar football. But could you try tell us what inspired you to venture into football development?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. Being a female and involved in sport is not easy. Like for me.
Yes, like for you?
I like full time. So from that PE period.
Adama, can you come again for the can you come again for the betterment of our listeners?
Sorry?
I mean, can you come again? I mean, what inspired you to venture into football?
For me, sport has been a lot since my childhood. During my school time, normally we have this PE.
Okay.
So I like football since then, during my school time. So from there, my junior school, I continued playing. From there, I played for my village team, community team. After that team dissolved, I decided to set up my own team. But before setting up a team to play for a second division called Jam City, I was for Jam City about 5 years. From there, I do some of the coaching courses that the GF organized, like in collaboration with FIFA. Also, I did my D-Lancing along the line, so inspired me most. My passion, I love sport very much, and this is what keeps me moving.
Okay. You love sports and the passion keeps you moving. Adama, along the line, to every journey there comes the hurdles. As for you, what were the challenges you faced in setting up your academy from the day one to where it is at this moment?
That is what matters to me. So with that passion, I was able to form this team. Because normally, I will be the only girl who will be at the football field for training session. So from there, I joined the Jam City. So when some girls saw me going all the time, going and coming, they asked me, why not we also try something to form a team here? I said, well, this is what it's my plan. So if you guys really want to do this, well, I am ready for it. So let's start it. So I normally go out with them for training. We go out for training. From there, we start going to some of the communities to have test matches. So along the line, all that was not, by then we were not registered. We only go out for test matches and come back. But for me, I was fortunate that I met somebody, and the guy told me, I have a team, so I want you to play for my team. So from there, playing for their team, I was inspired from there also. I said, let me also come and register with the 3rd division. So this is how everything happened, and we registered with the 3rd division. We played, and sometimes we even play final. 2 seasons, we went up to the final. We were unable to win the final, but we played. We tried our best.
Hard luck. What we were saying, Adama, what were the challenges you faced in setting up your academy to the level where it is?
The challenges?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very difficult because like some of these norms and cultural barriers, people will say women are not supposed to play football. Football is meant for men. It's men's game, not for women's. So some of the parents try to discourage their grandchild from playing football. Most of the time when the girls came for training, their parents will come for them. So along the line, I try to convince some of the parents that it's not what you think. Football it's business. Football teaches a lot, people a lot. Football, it's all about giving courage to our girls. So from there, some of them begin to understand what I am really trying to explain to them, because they have seen a lot of changes in some of their daughters, because we take them a lot. When we are a football team, but also we involve into a lot, doing some activities with sport. So this is motivating some of the parents, and now the challenges have reduced, even though it's still happening, but it's reduced, not like before.
All right. Now, as you said, how do you overcome the traditional or the local norms that a girl child should not play football rather, and football is not meant for girls?
Myself, I am a Muslim.
Yes.
And I belong to a tradition.
Yeah.
I belong to a tradition. And I put on veil even when I am in the playing gym. When I am playing in the field of play,
yeah,
I put on veil. It doesn't stop me from my religion and my culture.
Okay.
And I pray my 5 daily times. So this is some of the things that we normally explain. When it's time for prayers, we leave them to go and pray. So it doesn't mean that when a girl child is playing football, she don't have time to pray. No, it's not like that. Also, these cultural barriers, we normally told the parents that, you know, in some of the culture, in some of our culture, girls playing football is not, as you have seen, it's not good. But for us, what we believe is like, we are not in that generation. Everything changed. Allow the girls to play. It's their talents. You need to encourage them, motivate them, give them a chance to play football. Some of the parents will listen to what we say, and thank God, most of the parents listen to what we have to say, because we are not in those generations now. Everything is improving and certain things are changing. And some of the parents have been to school and they are now aware about the world and the surroundings. So it's not that much difficult now, because they have seen Sadio Mane and others. Even in the Gambia here, we have international footballers, and they have seen all those things. So sometimes we explain all these things to them for them to really understand what is really happening. Yeah.
You talked about football and business, and I will quote from one of your speakers, Seni Sissoho, who was dilating on football and business. How would you incorporate these girls into realizing that football is just more than fun? It is a game that one should make a fortune out of or from.
Come again?
I mean, talking about football and business, how do you incorporate or convince these girls that one should make a fortune out of football or from football?
Yes, like I said, it's all about commitment, hard work, and dedication. If you want to be something, if you want to be like Sadio Mane and others, you have to really train hard.
Okay, now
at the end of the day, you will
say Asisa Ashauna of Nigeria. She is one of the the continent's best, if not the best in the world. But she has been doing it for Barcelona and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yeah, Falcons rather.
Falcons, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think she was committed to what she is doing. She is passionate about what she is doing. So at the end of the day, if you love what you do and you really want to be that person, you have to work hard, and at the next minute you will be there. So
yeah, now we will talk about Yakar and its participation in the divisional, because you set up this team not only to improve grassroots football, but also to have a recognized first division team, if not Brikama and Prisons, who are playing in the first year of Gambian and the second year respectively. How far are you preparing yourselves towards the upcoming season?
Well, since the corona is now gone, I will say.
Corona is still existing.
Okay, never mind. We have started training almost 1 month and a half.
Wow.
We started training. I think the preparation is in high gear. Like for us, every year, we fully prepare to come and win, not to just come and play the game. No, we are always there to win the game. You know, it's football. It's unpredictable. But the caliber of players we are having, they can even play at any standard in women football. We develop players in Yakar. And some of the big teams, you know, normally call our players because they know the caliber of players we are having. So, like I am speaking here, we are going for pre-season on Saturday. That will be our first game with Berawule. And yeah, we are hoping that it's all part of the preparations from the pre-season to the third division. We are well prepared for this season, I must say.
Talking about your players being wanted by the big guns in the country, I mean, do you set up this academy as a feeder to other big guns teams in the country, or you yourself want those players to be competing for Yakar?
Come again?
I mean, talking about big guns teams in the Gambia calling for your players or wanting your players, do you set up your academy to feed those big guns or to benefit Yakar in a first divisional status?
Sometimes I will even be surprised about how some of the team approach us. It's like we are just producing machine. we are developing our players to benefit the team Yakar.
Okay.
But instead, the teams will always need our players. Normally, we told them we also want to qualify to second division or first division. We are not your player making machine there. Yeah.
All right, Adama. Okay, before we go, Adama, I guess we are running out of time. But before you go, what is your advice to the parents who deem that the norms of our tradition does not allow a girl child to enter into sports, most especially football?
My advice to them is every child you see is naturally gifted by Allah.
Yeah.
So denying your girl child from playing football, meaning you are denying her rights. My advice will be let them leave their girl child to showcase their talents and benefit the family and the girl itself, because you may never know what is going to happen in life. So let's allow our girl child to play football if they want to play. That is my advice.
All right, Adama, Jarju, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much also.
That was Adama Jarju, Adama Miro Jarju, the CEO for Yakar Football Academy, a West Coast Regional 3rd Division team playing straight in in Sifu, or the West Coast Regional 3rd Division League. They've played in the final of gaining the qualification to the second tier of Gambian Football Federation Division 2 Women's League against Prisons FC, but they were defeated in the final, played at Box Bar. Adama, as I said earlier, she is one of the advocates of women empowerment in sports. So keep it up, Adama. Senbiance is saying thank you for talking to us. This has brought us to the end of our today's edition of Senbiance Sports. I am Sidu Sane. Keep on sporting until we come in our next edition. Bye-bye and stay safe from COVID-19.